Jason, here we are again in Biloxi, Mississippi to fight Artem Lobov for a second time. I think after the first fight, seeing how both of you guys came out of the ring, cut up, scratched up, I think the question on everyone's mind is why? Why would you do this a second time?
Man, honestly, I feel like I won the first fight. I feel like there's a lot left undone. I've got to go out here and I've got to put him away this time. I've got to make a statement and let the judges know that they made a mistake. And at the same time, those cuts were superficial. That there wasn't nothing that I can't deal with. It didn't really bother me. Of course, I hurt for a couple weeks after the fight, but that's something that, like I said, it doesn't really bother me, and I love to fight. This is my kind of enjoyment, and I had a lot of fun in that fight. So why not run it back?
What was your opinion of Artem before the first fight? I think we all know the respect between you guys now, but before, leading into that first one, what did you think of him?
I thought for sure, he was going to be a lot like Conor McGregor. I thought that he's going to be this massive douchebag that nobody likes, and I was completely blown away whenever I met the guy. That he was a nice guy, had a great character, and completely the polar opposite of what I thought that he was going to be. He turned out, I met him the day before the fights. I was in the sauna cutting weight, and whenever I met him, he came up, had a great personality. We cut weight together. We talked the whole time we were in there, and he's just an all around cool guy. And before the fight, I wasn't even mad anymore. I didn't want to rip his head off anymore. But we went out there, we did our thing, and with a fight like that, you have to respect the man standing across from you. That he held up to just as much as I did. So I respect him 100%.
Going into the second fight, I think people would understand if you wouldn't want it to be the same as this first one. Like, I think Artem always says it's like you go in the blender and you turn the button on and it's just craziness. But I think with the way you guys are, that's almost certainly what's probably going to happen. How do you sort of think going into the fight, like, he's probably going to be here the whole time and I'm just going to have to deal with that? What's the mindset going in there?
Oh man, I'm twice as prepared as I was last time. My cardio's better, my skills are better, and last fight I had it in my head that I was gonna knock him out. I was gonna land that one punch that put him away, and I didn't think about how to do that. I didn't think about how to strategically put him away, and what combinations to throw, any of that. This fight, we went over every bit of that. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out here, and I'm ready to put the combinations together. I'm ready to land the correct punches, and I'm gonna put him away. I'm gonna walk out of this victorious. Whether I walk away victorious after one or two rounds, or I have to fight the whole 5 round fight, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna get cut within the first 30 seconds. I know that. I have scar tissue on my face, and my face is super skinny, so bone's gonna connect with bone, and I'm gonna bleed. That's no surprise to me. I'm ready for that. But I'm gonna make it a whole lot easier on myself this time. I'm gonna keep my hands up. I'm gonna throw straight punches instead of looping punches, and I'm not gonna stay right there at his range. We're gonna find out where I want to be, and that's where I'm gonna stay.
If you win this fight, does that mean the third fight is inevitable? Have this bare knuckle trilogy?
I'm perfectly fine with that. I have Saturday in front of me and Saturday only. That's all. That's all that I have on my mind. But Artem, he had the respect to give me the rematch. So if he decides he wants a rematch after this, then I'm fine with that. I feel like I won the first fight. I'm definitely going out here to win the second fight. And if he wants to lose a third time, that's fine by me.
He said to me yesterday that he felt so much respect for you after the first fight that if you wanted a rematch, all you had to do was ask. Is that how this second fight
Oh,
happened?
exactly. He went he went out and he fought Paulie, and I was there to support him that night. I cheered him on the whole time. And after the fight, I got in the ring and was telling him congratulations and everything. And he said, Jason, man, I want to give you your rematch. You deserve the rematch. He said, but this time we're going to make them pay us. And that's exactly what we're doing. After we fought the first time, he immediately said that he would be glad to give me a rematch. especially with the controversial decision, you have to run that back. It was entirely too close to really say one way or the other. So I feel like I won the fight because in the first round I got two knockdowns. They counted one. They counted one or two knockdowns for him that wasn't truly knockdowns because by the rule set, if it's caused by a punch, it is a knockdown. If it's not caused by a punch, it's not a knockdown. And you go back, you watch the fight. I clearly landed both. I clearly landed a punch both times that he fell in the first round. And then there's a few times where I would go for the clinch and he would slip out and push me or something. I'd fall down or I would get my feet crossed up, things like that. So I don't feel that I lost that fight. So we have to run that back.
I guess that's the main thing, right? And now we're all looking forward to it. Just lastly, before I let you go, how much has your life changed? Because I think people think, oh, they're out of the UFC, they're just sort of going to disappear. But your fight with Artem is one of the biggest fights this year, really, I think, in terms of attention, in terms of how crazy a fight it was. Has your life changed at all since that first fight? And do you anticipate getting paid more, getting to be a bigger star outside the UFC through bare knuckle and using this as a vehicle to build yourself up?
I definitely think that, I'm going to get paid more and I have, bigger opportunities in front of me. I'm getting my pay-per-view points and all that good stuff. Bare knuckles treating us correctly. But, the biggest change I've had since that fight, or since, the UFC, anything, the biggest change I've had in my whole life, I got saved, a couple months ago, and I've turned my life over to God, and I believe that, I'm doing this for the right reasons now. As soon as I get my hand raised, as soon as I get that victory, I'm gonna give God all the glory. And I believe that this is the reason I've been given this platform. This is the reason I was given the platform in the UFC, is to try to reach out to other people and get them to figure out how what they're doing wrong in their life. I always had this emptiness inside of me, and God's the only way to fill that. And I'm excited to see what the future holds.